It's coming and it's fun. So I knew the routine. I knew that I had to make a speech if I was nominated. So I said to Zoe, I'm not a speaker, so you better tell me what I won for, so I have something to say. Therefore, that's why I get kind of the spotlight part. And I'm really pleased to honored and pleased to accept the award for Heart. Only because I've really only been there for about 6 months. So I was thinking about it, and people live their lives on basically 3 levels. One's health. Did you know that 3 billion, half of the world's population, live on less than $2 a day? That's amazing. So basic survival, they live at the basic survival stage. Then, anyone that lives in Canada, really lucky, lives in happiness. So, yeah, we all have problems, but those other 3 billion people would love to have your problems. And one thing that we do, though, in happiness, we're so busy creating a living, we forget to make a life. And then there's the third stage, and that's heart. And that's where it's of significance, and it goes to more service. It's about, I found my place in life. It's taken me a while, but I was really, I found out that I was meant to be a mom. And all of you moms out there, great, I'm happy for you. My mom journey was probably tougher than any of yours, and it didn't include the throes of labor. So, just as painful, I'm pretty sure. But we were lucky enough to adopt 2 children about 6 months ago, and they came to us from the ministry. They were in foster care, so really came to us from addiction and the struggle with it. That's where my heart is. I live differently, I smile a lot more. And as far as the misbehaving part goes, in this last 6 months, I've taken more from other people, other women, than I ever have before. And I wasn't a taker, I was always a giver. So it is really uncomfortable place for me. But with that, I want to thank some people that will not even know they got thanked today. And that's because they live with heart with what they do. First, Debbie Murphy and Mary Jensen, thank you for nominating me. You yourselves are brilliant, and business and colleagues and best friends, so thank you very much. I'd like to thank the people in the ministry and the whole process of adoption, a few people. 2 social workers, Christina Fiera, you finally made the right choice. And Denise Lobby, thank you for taking care of our family. I'd also like to thank Dana Valhoon. She's a public health nurse, does an amazing job. And I also would like to thank Jen Hillman, who works for the Adoptive Families Association. She's left us some material, and so if you pick it up and read about it, that would be great. Additionally, I'd like to thank Sheila Keat. My children are Aboriginal, and I'm not. So we really had to struggle with that in terms of keeping their heritage. And Sheila did an amazing thing. She's not Aboriginal either, but with passion for our family, got an Aboriginal artist to do a frog painting. My children are both from the frog clan, and got it blessed with elders. These people didn't know us. They blessed our family, and they gave the strong frog spirit from the grandma to skip a generation and end up in my children. So they live with a strong frog spirit every day, and I thank Sheila for that. 2 other people I'd like to thank. I became a school mom, and my child is not in kindergarten. She's in grade 2. So I'm a newbie when everybody already knows what's going on. So I'd like to thank my daughter's teacher, Janice Crawford, and I'd also like to thank Sue Lewis, who is a co-mom who has helped me along through the way. Now the most important people, my mom and sisters. My mom for being a good role model, and my sisters for being a great role model of sibling rivalry, because boy does it ever exist. Then I'd also like to thank my daughter Guadalupe. She's 7 now. She is wise beyond her years. She's a strong spirit. She's a survivor. And what really said a lot to me about her was she was looking at my cup that says, "Every kid deserves a family." And she looked at me and she's like, "You know, Mom, that's really true." And I just went, I was like, I think it is true. The other thing that she said to me, and that's when I knew I was living in heart, is she's like, "Mom, you know, you're the best mom I've ever had, and I've had quite a few." So there's nothing better than that. I'd like to thank my son Derek. He's 2, going on 17, and when he learns something new and does his little dance, I just take from that. So that's his heart. And lastly, I want to thank my spouse and my rock, Mike Packer. He went through just as much, and he lives heart every day because he was meant to be a dad. So thanks for letting me talk, Zoe. This whole event is about heart, so thank you. And I just encourage, even though all of you guys probably live with heart, I encourage you to live with heart by doing little things, having a quiet conversation, planting something in your garden, buying eco-friendly things, bolstering the self-esteem of a child, or take them to a Bob's and Lolo concert. Thanks very much.
So everyone, let's put our hands together